all very clear on why they're going after Ibrahim Traoré and Burkina Faso. It's because Ibrahim Traoré is going to give Africans free education. And because Ibrahim Traoré is doing the right thing by its citizens and making sure that people there have a home. Ibrahim is looking out for the people of Burkina Faso, not himself. He is becoming extremely popular amongst the youth across the African diaspora. So it is no surprise to me that they are now trying to take this man out, because your accusations are definitely not working. And even the president of South Africa has stated they reject your allegations against Captain Ibrahim Traoré. The bottom line is the French and America are being pushed out of these people's resources, which is only fair. The audacity of the West to think that they should have some rights to anything this president has in his country is crazy.
President of Burkina Faso have the most loyal soldiers them round him. Them not turn them back against a man there in a no time, no fashion, and them not make nobody make them feel frightened, feel a little bit of money. Them the squad they so loyal to him that in a the last unaliving attempt, my love, them actually take the millions of dollars. Me don't know who pay them. But in the last unaliving attempt of the president of Burkina Faso, me hear say the soldiers them take the millions of dollars, carry go give Ibrahim Traoré, show them the plans of the person where did want to hire them, and now then take the money and go invest it back in the country. Yeah, man, it's a great deal. One push through. Me not gonna tell you no to stop.
It's happening everywhere, from Harlem to Kingston to Accra. People are standing up and making their voices heard. Defend Ibrahim Traoré, protect African leadership, stop the interference. Hello everyone, welcome back to Trending Pulse Worldwide. If you're new here, my name is Amy, and kindly make sure to hit that subscribe button, because here we speak the truth, no filters and no fear. So, in case you haven't been following closely, there's been growing tension surrounding Burkina Faso's transitional leader, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. And General Michael Langley, the head of AFRICOM, recently referred to Traoré as a quote-unquote threat to his own people. And while no direct assassination plot has been officially confirmed, history has taught us one painful lesson. When powerful foreign figures start painting African leaders as dangerous, it's often the first step towards intervention, and sometimes far worse. And that's why Black Americans, Jamaicans, and Africans everywhere are not taking this lightly. They're speaking out loudly and fearlessly because they recognize the pattern. And we've seen it before with leaders like Patrice Lumumba in the Congo, Thomas Sankara right there in Burkina Faso, and Kwame Nkrumah in Ghana. Leaders who dare to break free from Western control. Leaders who wanted true sovereignty for their nation. And leaders who paid the ultimate price because of it. So guys, let's take a look at what people are saying. Then I'll be back and we can have this full conversation.
Every time Africa tries to rise, there's always some type of narrative that gets pushed. And this time, we're not buying it. In 2 years, this man done this. I could be here all day. 37 years old, youngest president in Africa right now. He's got the whole of Africa behind him. So what does the West do? They send in someone who looks like us. And in this new case, it's this man. Saying how Ibrahim Traoré is stealing gold, saying all types of stuff. Because in short, he's saying, we don't need you. You need us. And the West is not liking that. And he's starting to become a real problem. Because other African countries are starting to wake up and say, hold on a minute. We need to start following in his footsteps to ensure all of this is disrupting the West and them leeching onto Africa's wealth and whatnot. So what did they do? Like I said, send in the guy who looks like us to do the job. So yeah, man, God needs to protect this guy because they're coming for him.
This is not my usual womb health video, but I feel that I need to lend my voice to the struggle. Captain Ibrahim Traoré, the president of Burkina Faso. Yes, I said it, president. Okay, I don't care what anybody has to say that he doesn't deserve the presidential title because he took it illegally by coup. Who cares? Do you know the corrupt, evil, wicked leaders that was in parliament when he took over? That was stealing from the people. If you see some of the poverty in Burkina Faso, you have to say, do these people have a heart? To be able to see such poverty, yes, yet be piling money, these politicians, into their bank accounts and going abroad to be educating their children abroad, going abroad for medical care and private jets and all of this, and you are seeing the poverty of the people. Doesn't this I can't even speak. You know what? The English is not Englishing. Hey, Lord, the English is not Englishing. My Ghanaianness is coming out of me because I'm that enraged. This guy has come in less than 3 years, 3 good years. He has cancelled. He's paid off the nation's debt. He has set up businesses, infrastructure, tomato manufacturers. He has produced his own gold. The farmers, he's given them seeds. He's nationalized farming. He's manufactures electric cars. You know, if I was to say all the things that he's done, we'll be here till Jesus comes. The amount of things this man has done. And he's only 36 years old, by the way. And you, Trump, you orange-faced Trump, you want to come and arrest him. Arrest him for what? You're saying that, oh, he's a dictator. Excuse me. If you want dictator, I can deliver dictators to you. There's plenty of African leaders that are dictators. Why don't you arrest them? Why don't you arrest the president of Congo? Why don't you arrest him? Why don't you arrest some of these African leaders that are corrupt, that are plundering the country, that's allowing you to plunder the country, that's selling the resources for cheap? Why don't you arrest them? Why are you not fast to go and arrest these people? But this man who has revolutionized his country, who does that? On Mother's Day, he went to visit the widows, gave them hope, gave them money, to the point that the widows are protesting that they do not want him to step down. You should be ashamed of yourself. And I'm calling all Africans, Caribbeans, African Americans, Australians, the Aborigines, Native Americans. I'm just calling all of you guys to get behind Ibrahim Traoré.
Hello. I want to speak briefly about Burkina Faso and their president, Ibrahim Traoré. As an African-American woman, I am so proud of President Traoré and so happy for the people of Burkina Faso. I want to state for the record that African-Americans have nothing to do with any assassination attempts, any destabilization of the country, or any criticism of President Traoré. I don't know any American, and I don't know every American, but I don't know any American that even knows who General Michael Langley is. I actually just found out who he was 2 days ago. But when you see Black people being put in a position like that, and then turn on their heels to criticize another leader in another country, that is by design. And they do not speak for us. They are ruining the reputation of African Americans globally, making people think that we feel this way. We have our own problems in America.
On some real shit, if something happens to Ibrahim Traoré, we as a people have failed him. We already failed the South African lady who was out here saving all them kids and told everybody on the internet, listen, they gonna unalive me because I keep on saving these goddamn motherfucking kids. And what they do, they unalived her. They already unalived Gaddafi. They made it seem like that man was the worst man living. And right now, France and the US is trying to arrest that man. But peace and love are the two things that people just can't sit and just let it be. I don't know what it is. But all I'm saying is that if something happened to that man, us as a human race have to let go of the simple fact that These things are going to keep on happening to us, and we're never going to figure it out until we do figure it out.
Now that you've seen how people across the world are standing up for Ibrahim Traoré, I want to really take a moment and have an honest conversation about what's happening. So, first of all, it's powerful to witness this level of unity. We are seeing Black Americans, Jamaicans, and Africans are saying the same thing. Enough is enough. They're tired of seeing African leaders who try to uplift their countries being labeled as threats. They're tired of watching outside forces decide what leadership in Africa should look like. And honestly, they have every right to feel this way. When you look at history, the pattern is crystal clear. Every time an African leader stands up and demands real independence, the world suddenly paints them as dangerous. And they say they're a threat to democracy, a threat to stability, a threat to their own people. But what's really the real threat? The real threat is a leader who won't just hand over resources and control. And Ibrahim Traoré has been pushing for true sovereignty for Burkina Faso, for the real people to have control over their own land, their own future. He's challenged the old systems of exploitation, and for that, he's now being targeted with criticisms from powerful voices like General Michael Langley of AFRICOM. And while no official plot has been confirmed, the language being used is dangerous because we know that words like these have in the past been used to justify all kinds of terrible actions. And this is why so many people are refusing to stay silent. They see what's coming and they're choosing to speak up before it's too late. Imagine if every time someone tried to make positive changes in your community, outside forces came in and tried to stop them, not because they were hurting people, but because they were threatening outside profits. That's the reality African nations have faced for generations, and that's why the support for Traoré is so deep, so emotional, and so personal. And people aren't supporting him because they think he's perfect. No leader is. They're supporting him because they recognize that his fight is bigger than just one country. It's about dignity. It's about freedom. It's about the right to self-determination, something every people, every nation deserves. And what we are witnessing today is a shift. People are no longer just hoping things will change quietly. They're raising their voices, using their platforms, and sending a clear message. Africa will not be silent. The diaspora will not be silent, and the world needs to listen. So guys, with all that, what are your thoughts on all this? Do you believe that strong leadership in Africa should be defended no matter where the pressure is coming from? Or do you think the international community should step back and let African nations choose their own paths without interference? I would love to hear your opinions. Drop them down in the comments section. And if you enjoyed this conversation and believe more people need to hear the truth behind the headlines, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and of course, subscribe for more discussions that matter. Thank you so much for watching. Stay informed, stay strong, and until next time, stay connected. Bye.